I'm back. Things have been going very well. Let's see if we can keep it going this time, because as good as things are, there are going to be a lot of issues, especially cultural issues, that we are going to have to talk about. And one coming up, I think it's going to re-surprise everybody. This came up on X maybe last week or so, but I just want to warn everybody about an impending revolution that will be happening. And it's hard to say right now how significant it will be, but it's going to be very disruptive for a lot of people. And I think there's going to be a lot more tension in this one than I think a lot of people are really aware or are predicting, because at some point, everybody is going to have to pick a side. There's going to be no sitting this one out. Everybody's going to have to pick a side. And I'm just going to tell you, you're going to have to be ready to, defend what you believe in and what you think is right. And this really has the potential of dividing families and communities, and businesses will be at each other. And I don't know, it's going to be tough navigating this, with your friends and loved ones. But yes, we will get through this, because like everything else, there is clearly a right and a wrong side. And I am just going to tell you right now that the right side of this revolution is standard time. I am, yes, talking about daylight saving time, which is stupid. Now, I don't care. People can go out and tell me what the original rationale is. I don't care. It does not matter. It is just some other stupid cockamamie plan cooked up by politicians for whatever reason they thought was justified. They were wrong. They're politicians, right? So let's just establish that, okay? Whatever reasons they had are wrong and stupid, right? There you go. So the thing is, daylight saving time does not save daylight. And some of the discussions and questions I've seen on this are just, they're so stupid. They're always like, oh, would you rather have more daylight, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, there's no more daylight. The sun rises and sets, regardless of what the clock says. So this whole framing is just dumb. And the thing is, standard time is based on solar noon at that locale, and our biological processes are also based on solar noon at our locale. And I know a lot of people have said that daylight saving time actually interferes with sleep and everything, and I'm not going to argue with that. I like to get up with the sun. That is my plan, and it works pretty darn well. So, forgive me for not wanting to argue with nature. Anyway, the thing is, people start talking about like all of the institutional consequences, and they're not going to be able to adjust their schedule, and people have to be at work at a certain time, and you may have to go to work in the dark. Yeah, all that's fixable. I'm sorry, all that's fixable for a lot of people. Now, yes, I get it. A lot of people doing like shift work, they're going to be arriving or leaving work with the sun up and with the sun down at certain times of the year, but that's natural. That's just normal. I remember times when I was working up in the Northeast, particularly New York, when I would leave the hotel and it would be dark. I would get to, the office around sunrise. We would work all day, and because the days are so short in winter, I would leave the office well after sunset and be, walking back. Yes, back then you could walk the streets of New York in the dark. So honestly, it didn't matter. My whole day was in the office, so it really wouldn't matter. And I think a lot of people are forgetting that, especially after the big scam, there's a lot of people that do work from home, they do work remote, they can't set their own hours. It's very easy. I pretty much set my own hours. Meetings will come in, from time to time, and you have to make it, but I can start working at sunrise or a couple hours later, or if I do get up early, I'll just start working early. And there are a lot of professionals that can do this. It's not very hard. In fact, it's even more common today than it was not just a few years ago. And here's the thing. With the global economy, even the national economy, with companies, that have offices and operations, across the United States, once a team is across a time zone, then none of this matters. Because they might want to meet at their 8 a.m., which, boom, now is your 7 a.m. or your 9 a.m. So sunrise, sunset, daylight saving, standard time, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to the vast majority of people these days. And the simplest solution is what the theme parks are doing. Winter hours. That's it. All these operations, they can have summer hours that are longer because the days are longer, and they can have winter hours, which are adjusted for sunrise and sunset. So, I don't know, I think Publix opens at 7 a.m. every day, but you know what? In the winter, when the sun rises later, maybe they just open at 8 a.m. It's not that hard. Oh, well, here in Miami, maybe not so much because our days are longer than the rest of the country. But like up north, yeah, just open an hour later in the winter. No reason to change everyone's clocks to accommodate this, right? You know, the airlines, they also shift schedules between the summer and winter to accommodate for this. So, I don't know. I just think the whole debate is kind of stupid, and we need to be getting rid of daylight savings time because, honestly, it's just a giant inconvenience, and yeah, let's just stick it to the dumb, stupid, idiot politicians who created it because it's dumb, stupid, and idiotic. You know I'm right.